Don't dumb yourself down to compete with AI. Rather, reclaim the uniquely human traits that make you irreplaceable, even as an AI-driven world tries to make more and more decisions for you. This, at least, is part of the premise of I, Human by Tomas Chamorro-Premuzic as he explores the AI landscaping and how it's both improving and stifling the way we work and live. I, Human is neither technophobic nor techno-idealistic. Instead, Dr. Premuzic takes a balanced look at how AI is exacerbating some of our worst human traits, like narcissistic, distracted, predictable, and impatient behavior. At the same time, it is evolving in ways with profound potential to improve and enhance our personal and professional lives. As AI systems get smarter, we humans are best served by leaning into our curiosity, critical thinking, empathy, self-control, emotional reasoning, and the other characteristics that distinguish us from artificial intelligence. The first key insight of I, Human is that AI is most useful when it's used to augment human strengths, not replace human judgment. Regular viewers of this channel have seen me go on more than one tirade about how the AI-generated garbage that's passed off as billable work from lawyers who outsource their brains to ChatGPT. But Dr. Premuzic shows that this is an increasing problem across all industries and professions. The fact is, AI is very good at some things and freaking terrible at others. And if you use it to replace your own judgment, decision-making, and creativity wholesale, you're doing it wrong. A similar duality exists in evolving AI itself. The very thing about which it's rightly criticized are the same things that expose its tremendous potential. For example, AI can and does show biases due to contaminated training data sets and reliance on flawed or unethical historical decisions. This is a huge problem if we blindly trust the AI's output, but it also highlights the potential for change if we can acknowledge that the AI itself isn't inherently biased, but rather it's exposing the external biases that led to its problematic judgments. Finally, Dr. Premuzic discusses the ideas of the choice paradox and how AI can take away the mental paralysis that stems from having too many options. AI can minimize the complexity of deciding which route to take or what password to choose by just making the choice for us. But to what end? What are we actually doing with the time purportedly gained when AI liberates us from boring or trivial decision-making? And how does this impact our confidence in our decisions about the important stuff? Now, I'm actually going to skip the practical tips segment of this business book brief to jump right into my personal connection with the material, which is along these same lines of that last key takeaway. These book briefs generally follow a pretty set rhythm and structure, which I've done intentionally. I want these to be long enough to help you to decide whether the book is a valuable investment of your time and money, and for them to contain at least a couple valuable tips and takeaways, even if you decide that it's not. But I need this self-imposed consistent structure so they don't all end up turning into 30-minute deep dives like many of my other law and business videos. I read every single book I share, and I take diligent notes while doing so to facilitate the process of writing up what I want to share with you, the audience, in these briefs in advance. But sometimes I struggle with creating a snappy opening hook or pithy one-line summary. And when this has happened in the past, I have, on occasion, gone to ChatGPT and asked for input. Sometimes I've disregarded its inane suggestions outright. Sometimes I've modified them to sound more like me, and sometimes, in short-sighted sloth, I've essentially adapted ChatGPT's one-liner in its entirety. And I am certain that you, my dear YouTube community, can pinpoint each and every time that's happened. And I'm sorry. If I, Human, drove home anything for me personally, it's that the aggregated harm of this sort of intellectual laziness simply isn't worth whatever minor gain in efficiency I realize in return, both in terms of whatever nonsense I do with the extra 2 minutes I save by not brainstorming an opening line for my own self, and also in terms of my overarching abilities as a writer and a thinker and an educator and a creative to have the mental fortitude to work through a minor block and to come up with something clever to say on my own. I never ever use AI for the deep dive legal videos, and overall, I really have used it sparingly in the book briefs as well. But if you've ever heard an opening line that sounded more like ChatGPT than legal consideration, it probably was. But you shouldn't have heard it in these past few book briefs for quite some time now, and you can trust that you won't hear it again. If it sounds like AI going forward, unfortunately, it's probably just the lawyer in me, which sometimes just sounds inherently AI-ish and overly formalistic. That said, I'm still going to use AI to generate cartoon graphics and stock videos in the deep dives. This is free content for you, and this channel can't afford to license real artists' work quite yet. So please feel free to go buy premium courses at legalconsideration.com if you want that to change. If you've read iHuman, or you have a strong opinion about the use of AI in YouTube or other creative or educational endeavors, let us know in the comments below. And please do check out legalconsideration.com for all the latest on premium courses and opportunities to accelerate your own learning on all things law, business, and finance. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more quick book reviews.